I also wanted to touch on the situation of Kobbie Mainoo, because I'm receiving many questions on Kobbie Mainoo, 0 minutes in Fulham Manchester United, so it always feels strange when you see a player like Kobbie Mainoo, a top talent like Kobbie Mainoo, and you can see in his face probably how strange also feels to him to have zero minutes against Fulham in a game that you have to win, and they didn't. So for sure, for Kobbie Mainoo is a difficult thing to accept, but at the same time, guys, I'm not aware of Kobbie Mainoo communicating as of today to Man United any desire to leave the club, any desire to say goodbye. So at the moment, the situation remains under control. It's just one game, as Ruben Amorim said. Of course, they have to talk to the player. They have to talk to to Kobbie Mainoo to explain him what's the situation in terms also of future perspective. You remember that it was months ago when Man United were very close to reaching an agreement with Kobbie Mainoo over a new contract. Then what happened is that Dan Ashworth, who was leading those negotiations, left the club, new directors, and so for Manchester United it was time to restart. New manager, Ruben Amorim, so the world around Kobbie Mainoo changed. And now to be in this situation, obviously, is not easy when you see a player like Kobbie Mainoo not playing, not even 1 minute for Manchester United against Fulham. So let's follow the situation. Let's see what's going to happen there. But at the moment, still no negotiations. I would not add any panic to the situation of Kobbie Mainoo. Let's see what happens in the next days. In case something happens, I will be here to update you. But at the moment, we can't talk about Kobbie Mainoo as a player who can surely leave Manchester United in these final days. Because at the moment, that's not the case. If something happens, I will be here to let you know. Things are happening also for Man United. Senne Lammens. Conversations ongoing also today to try to get this Belgian goalkeeper. So Man United working hard to close the deal with Royal Antwerp for Senne Lammens as new goalkeeper. Agreement done with the player, I told you on Friday, and now negotiating club to club to try to reach the agreement today, tomorrow. So Man United pushing hard for this deal to happen, and it's going to be one of many for Manchester United in terms of incomings. They already did many, but also in terms of outgoings. Anthony, Real Betis are working on that. Real Betis are still on it. Real Betis are very keen on the Anthony situation, and so keep an eye on that one, because behind the scenes, Betis are really trying. Let's see if financially they can do it, but Betis are pushing again for Anthony. There is the Sancho situation, Garnacho and Chelsea. Then Rasmus Højlund, Manchester United today again in conversations with Napoli for this loan with buy clause for Rasmus Højlund. The player is negotiating his contract with Napoli, and so Højlund will be another big name of this final week with negotiations ongoing for the Danish striker. We said about the incomings with the situation of Senne Lammens.
Kobbie Mainoo's future at Manchester United is in doubt. The 20-year-old academy graduate has slipped down the pecking order under new boss Ruben Amorim, and despite making the bench twice this season, he hasn't played a single minute. That lack of game time is now raising serious questions. Reports suggest Mainoo could consider leaving Old Trafford if the right offer arrives. Chelsea have shown interest in the past, while sources claim the youngster is also open to a move abroad. Contract talks haven't helped either. United want him to extend, but there's a huge gap between the club's offer and Mainoo's demands, with the midfielder reportedly asking for around £150,000 a week, a figure United aren't willing to match. And to make matters worse, Amorim himself admitted after the Fulham game that Mainoo is now directly competing with Bruno Fernandes for a spot. For a player once tipped for England's Euro 2024 squad, his future at United suddenly looks more uncertain than ever.